of you who are stuck, so let's look at the PDF. Right, so again, you start thinking about what's the best, what plane should I utilize to create this sketch, right? What's the best way to do it? You might start thinking, okay, I can start from the top plane, extrude up, and then do an extrude cut. Or I can start on the right plane, do, let's say, a mid-plane extrusion, and then do an extrude cut on the top face. Again, you start thinking about, there's different ways to do this, right? It will give you the same exact mass, there's just more efficient ways to do things. So I'll start on, I'm gonna do my sketch on the right plane, so let's see. So let's do File, New. Okay. I'm going to start a sketch on my right plane. Sketch. So it calls my units in inches. So before I do that, I'm going to go to IPS, inch pound second. It doesn't specify how many decimal points, but I know I'm utilizing 3 in my drawing, right? So I'm going to go in, edit document units. I'm going to change my length. 3 decimal points. I want my mass properties to be 3 decimal points. Click OK. Right plane, start a sketch. Let's do, again, it doesn't say where they want the origin to be. So I can do a corner rectangle or a center rectangle, it doesn't matter. Going to do a corner rectangle. So I know my length is 3.346, and my height, and from here, is 2.559. So far we're good, right? We're just grabbing dimensions from the drawing. Feel free to stop me at any point. So I can go back and redo things. So the 3.346, right? So it's right here. I know I'm looking at it from the right view, right? So this is my right view. So looking at it, so this view should match. This dimension should match whatever the dimension on my right plane is. Again, there's my overall height, which is 2.559. Any questions? So I know I can do, let's say, a mid-plane. I know that my overall width, it's going to be, so if I know it's going to be 2.9 plus 0.591. Do we agree? Right? So again, I can go in and grab my calculator and do it, or I can just let SOLIDWORKS do the math. Every time I put in the equal signs, SOLIDWORKS is basically promising, okay, I'm going to utilize an equation or put in a number, or let SOLIDWORKS do the math. Okay? So I'm going to do equals 2.9 plus 0.591. Okay? Right? Again, SOLIDWORKS. This equation symbol pops up again. It's saying, okay, my overall extrusion is driven by 2.9 plus 0.591.
Does that save the equation? Because if you don't do it with the equal sign, I think it still does the math, but it doesn't come up with the equation. Or maybe I just screwed up mine. I tried it without the equal sign and it worked.
Yeah, so that's just a number. If you put the equal sign, it links it with the equation.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
So click check. So I have my overall, right, rough shape of what I want. I mean, we're getting there, not quite there yet, right? I'm gonna go to my, looking at it normal to my top face. and I know there's extrusion right here. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna start a sketch. Before looking at the dimensions, I know it somewhat looks like this, right? Do we all agree? It's underdefined. I know distance, right? I have it right here, 0.591. I know this distance, 0.591. Right? And I know that from this section, that this distance, right, if I'm looking at it from my left view, that distance is also 0.591. Make sense? So again, I'm underdefined, but if I define my, I want to mention that point, 0.591. My sketch is fully defined. Go in, I'm just going to do extrude cut. I know I'm going to go, it's a blind, right? It's a blind cut. I'm going to go down, but my thickness in my base is 0.591. So again, I can do equals, right? I can do 2.559 minus 0.591. Right? That makes sense? I have my overall height, and from the section cut, I know that this is 0.591. Again, you can do the math, use a calculator. I'm looking for this. Again, it's a blind cut from my top face. I could, again, a different way I could have done this, right? I could have started a plane right here, with respect to my top face, and did an offset of 2.595 minus 0.591. Started a sketch on that plane and extruded through all through the top.
How about just an upward surface
Yeah, you can do that. There's different ways
plus,
to do this. Yeah.
plus strokes?
Yeah. Again, so many ways. That's the nice thing about SolidWorks. There really isn't a wrong and a right way to do things. And some people do, there really isn't. I mean, if I build a part and I find the mass, and you build a part and you find the mass and it's the same mass, then I can't tell you if your part is wrong. It just depending on if I go in and I want to modify your part, and then it's harder to modify, then okay, maybe my part, how I build my part is just more efficient, or it's parametrically driven better. That makes sense? Again, there's no way, no wrong or right way to build a part.